Welcome back. We have a third instrument family to learn about today, and you know that I love to think about instrument families like real families because it helps me remember if they're high or if they're low, and how they're played, if they're played the same, and all those different things that we have to remember when we're thinking about instruments of the orchestra. So today, our orchestra family is the Woodwind family. Can you say that? Woodwind. Now, let's think about that word. What clues about the instruments does that give you? Wood. Okay, so the word wood, what do you think the instruments are going to be made of? Wood, probably. Yeah. Okay, the next part of that word was wind. What do you think that means? It needs wind to be played so I can go hold it up outside and hope for a breeze. Oh, I need to use my wind, my air. You are exactly right. The instruments that we are about to learn about, at one point, they were made of wood. Some of them are now made of metal because we've learned and we've grown and we know more stuff about how to make instruments and how to make them last a long time. And the wind part, they all are gonna need air to make sound. Now, our brass family needed air too, right? They had a mouthpiece. The woodwinds are a little bit different. They don't need a mouthpiece like the brass family. In fact, most of them need a reed. Can you say that word? Reed. A reed is a really thin piece of wood that the player, when they put their wind over it, makes vibrate, and that creates the sound of the woodwind instrument. Not all of our woodwind instruments use a reed, but I'll let you know which ones do and which ones don't. So first, who do you think we're gonna meet first? You're right, the little baby. And this little baby is the highest and smallest instrument in the entire orchestra. Don't believe me? Just listen. What do you think? That was a really high sound. You're right. And the little baby of this family is called the piccolo. Can you say that word? Piccolo. The piccolo is one of those instruments that does not use a reed. The musician puts their instrument up to their mouth and they have to blow air across and into their instrument. I want you to think of when you get a Coke bottle or a water bottle and you blow air across the top to make sound. That's kind of what the piccolo player is doing. So the piccolo is our little baby of the Woodwind family. Next, we have the sweet kindergartner who wears twirly princess dresses and loves pink and all the good things. And this little instrument is called the flute. Now, the flute and the piccolo are similar because they don't have a reed like I talked about. They have that part where you have to blow in and across to make sound. Now, let's listen to the flute and see if we think it's high, medium, or low. All right, what do you think? You're right, it's a high sounding instrument. Is it as high as the little baby piccolo? No, but it's still a high instrument. So we have our piccolo and the flute, and they do not have a what? Reed. You're exactly right. Now, here we go. Are you ready for our next family member? This is the whiny fourth grader. I don't know about you, but fourth graders are whiny. The whiny fourth grader, and their trapper keeper is falling apart and they just don't know where their pencils are. The whiny fourth grader of the Woodwind family is the clarinet. Can you say that word? Clarinet. Now, to me, these two instruments sound a little bit sweet and soft, and maybe like I would listen to them play a lullaby. Let's see if we think about that of the clarinet. clarinet sounds a little bit different, doesn't it? Is it very high? No. Is it really low? No. It's right in the middle. It can play some high notes and some low notes, but it's not playing the highest or the lowest. It's in the middle. So we have our little baby, the Piccolo, our sweet kindergartner in twirly dresses, and that is the flute. Good. We have our whiny fourth grader, the clarinet. Squidward plays the clarinet. All right. Our next instrument is the snake charming mom. Whoa, whoa. Her name is oboe. Let's listen and see what you think. She kind of sounds like the clarinet, doesn't she? Is there somebody in your family that you sound like? I don't know about you, but when people used to call my house and I would answer the phone, they would think I was my mom. In fact, one day I was here in my classroom and Coach walked by and he heard me talking and he peeked his head in and said, "I thought that was your mom." That's how similar we sound, just like the oboe and the clarinet. Okay, so we've met 4 family members. Let's review who they are. We have the little baby, the Piccolo, good. We have the twirly kindergartner, the flute, very good. Now, whiny fourth grader, the clarinet, very good. We have the snake charming mom, the oboe, and you know who's, oh wait, what? Oh my goodness, could it be? Yes, it is my jazzy uncle, the saxophone. Now, I want to tell you a little something. The saxophone looks like it should be in the brass family. Yeah, I know, it's crazy because it has the same color of the brass instruments. It's that brass gold shiny, but it doesn't use a mouthpiece, it uses a reed, which is the reason it's in the Woodwind family. So, our jazzy uncle, the saxophone, let's take a listen and see what he sounds like. Man, this jazzy uncle just makes me want to groove. He's probably taking those kids to the amusement park to Lake Winnie. They're having a good time. He is that cool uncle that you want to spend all your time with. All right, now, last but not least, we have our Big Mac Daddy. And the Big Mac Daddy of the Woodwind family is the bassoon. Can you say that word? Bassoon. Okay, let's take a listen and see what kind of sounds do you think he's going to play? You think he's going to play low sounds? All right, let's see. Oh my goodness, you were right. This Big Mac Daddy, this bassoon plays really low notes. All right, let's talk about all of our family members. Let's make sure they're locked in our brain. We have our little baby, our sweet little baby, which is the Piccolo. And the Piccolo plays high notes. That's right. Does the Piccolo need a reed? You're right, it does not. Next, we have our sweet kinder princess dress, the flute. Good. Does the flute play high or low? It plays high. Does it need a reed? No, you're right. It plays the same way as the Piccolo. All our other instruments need a reed, don't they? Next, we have our whiny fourth grader. Goodness, he is the clarinet. The clarinet kind of has a medium sound, some high and some low. Next in our family is our snake charming mom, the oboe. Good. Next we have our cool jazzy uncle named the saxophone. And last but not least, we have our Big Mac Daddy, and he is the bassoon. Good. So those are the instruments of the woodwind family.